I was hoping for a definition describing the difference between being didactic and having meaning in a story.
Well, didacticism is on one hand, is a felt thing. If you feel that you're being preached to by the story, if you feel that the characters and their dialogue are talking about ideas more than they are actually doing things and reacting to their world and their struggle to get what they want, if they're taking out a time from the story to talk politically or philosophically or religiously, and this dialogue especially tends to be an argument back and forth about this idea. Then you feel that it is didactic. I mean, the sense of experiencing a didactic story is one where instead of acting out the story, they and ineffably expressing a meaning to you, the characters are telling you the meaning in disguised conflicts that are really lectures designed to get certain ideas said. And so where the dividing line is between didacticism and a genuine artistic expression of an idea is really something that you might is subjective, and that you might have to feel. But a careful look at a story usually it can determine whether or not, with some clarity, it's didactic or a work of art. But on the other hand, you know, in great works of art, Shakespeare has characters stop in soliloquy and talk about ideas. And we don't feel that he's didactic. It isn't only whether the ideas are being acted out versus being discussed. I mean, that's one great difference between genuine storytelling and didacticism. But it's also a matter of whether or not the ideas are open to irony, are open to confusion, are not settled. When you're watching a didactic story, the ideas are really clear. There's no doubting of these ideas. There's no struggle by the characters to understand or come to terms with these thoughts. They are on one side of the fence or the other. And so people who really understand what the author wants to say are really, really good people expressing these ideas directly, and the people opposed to that are people who are really, really bad people generally and have all the wrong-headed ideas. And so in the arguments between these characters, you get the author's view versus the opposite of the author's view, and that creates didacticism because it is so clear. And the issues, the ideas are so settled in the characters that they are mouthpieces for the various sides of this argument. When you have that kind of solid, clear, heavy-handed, unreflective, unironized kind of discussion of ideas, then again a story becomes didactic, and we feel we're being preached to. And so how exactly you design a story, and this, often stories mix a little didacticism. As I said, Shakespeare talks ideas in soliloquy often, and so there's no clear-cut line. But generally, it's the difference between telling and showing. A creative story acts out its ideas. A didactic story argues out of the mouths of its characters.